Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. This is such an exciting time in the League of Legends esports landscape. I am getting really hyped up. I really think the rest of 2022 is going to be awesome. Right now, we have a ton of stories, a ton of drama, a ton of just different things happening and going on, and that's great. And this is going to carry us like perfectly into the 2023 offseason. So like for the next 5, 6, 7 months, there's going to be a ton of stories, a ton to talk about, a ton to digest and discuss and all that stuff. And that is what I love to do. So this is definitely the place for you guys to be if that is what you are looking for. So definitely subscribe, stick around, be looking out for tons more videos. Today, we're going to be talking about some big new drama coming out of the League of Legends world, kind of the LCS world, kind of the content creator world, whatever. But this definitely does directly relate to the LCS. We're talking about some Bjergsen, MrBeast, Doublelift, mishmash of drama. So this should be a fun one. So this one all starts, and this is something I've been covering for the past couple of weeks, this whole MrBeast situation. Not only him saying he wanted to put together a League of Legends tournament, not only him putting together the show match, the charity match, MrBeast versus Ninja, Doublelift, Tyler 1, all that stuff. But also him talking about for the past couple of years how he wants to get into League of Legends esports. He has gone on record of saying, I want to own a League of Legends team. I want to have it be called Beast Gaming. I want to be at the highest level of competition. I want to get my name, face, branding, everything out there. And also very recently, he has said, expect Beast Gaming to be in the LCS very soon. So this has all been crazy. We've been covering it all, but it all started with him tweeting at Bjergsen saying, hey, at Bjergsen, mind giving me a quick follow? And we weren't sure exactly what that meant. Obviously, he ended up tweeting about his tournament and all that stuff. I didn't know if it was to ask him about League of Legends business type stuff, about teams, orgs, how much stuff costs getting things together, if it was to get Bjergsen on board with some of the stuff he was doing, if it was to help him set up tournaments, find players, anything like that, if he wanted to do some kind of collaboration with Bjergsen, who knows? But this got a lot of people talking. This got a lot of people interested. And we didn't really ever hear anything from it. Obviously, the show match happened. Bjergsen wasn't a part of that. Didn't really have his name, face, anything like that anywhere. And there had been some people saying like, oh, maybe MrBeast wants Bjergsen to play in his tournament or whatever. But I had even talked about it then during my video where I was like, the LCS, they don't let their players do stuff, especially during the season. I think in the off season, the restrictions get lifted a little bit. You can start to do a little bit more stuff. But, Tyler 1 had the Tyler 1 Championship Series forever ago. Academy players and, LCS players I don't think could participate. I don't think Academy could. I think Amateur could, but that was it. And I thought that was kind of a big miss. I thought having your LCS players in the TCS, yeah, it would be Riot like helping out a tournament, which is kind of competing with the LCS and stuff, but also putting all those people in front of Tyler 1's audience and YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. I think it could grow, but I think there's, some kind of Riot has a case there being like, yeah, we can't directly have our players and teams and stuff at another tournament. That's a rival, that's competition, whatever. But so I had said that, hey, Riot's not going to let him do anything with this. So I wonder where this is going. But that led us to this, where Travis Gafford decided to tweet out yesterday a clip from Doublelift's stream. Doublelift had a couple of clippable moments on this stream yesterday, and some of these we're definitely going to be talking about throughout the rest of this week. He says, Doublelift says Riot blocked Bjergsen from participating in the MrBeast/Ninja event this past weekend. Let's see what Doublelift has to say about this, and then we will definitely talk about it, because I have some thoughts and opinions, and I'm sure you guys do too.
That rumor is basically like, it's basically confirmed, right? Like, I heard from so many people,
it's kind of quiet,
that Riot blocked Bjergsen from participating. It was supposed to be Bjergsen. Huh? No, but like I have to talk about it. It's so stupid. Riot and LCS blocked Bjergsen from playing in this event. He was supposed to be on MrBeast's team. And look, guys, LCS is dying. Like, the viewership is absolutely dying. There's no denying it. Everyone knows it. Everyone can feel it. Why would you not let one of, if not the face of the league, play in an event with two of the biggest creators in the world? Literally the biggest creator in the world. You could not pay enough. That rumor is basically like
So obviously Doublelift said a lot of kind of spicy and interesting stuff there. Some of the biggest stuff, not necessarily being the fact that Riot blocked Bjergsen from participating in this, but this does prove to us that yes, MrBeast was trying to get Bjergsen to just play in this thing. That was part of it. Having Bjergsen against Doublelift, or even Bjergsen against some other professional player if they were able to bring in, would have added so much to this event. And yes, I absolutely agree with Doublelift that it would have added so many more eyeballs to Bjergsen, to Team Liquid, to the LCS, and showed MrBeast audience, Ninja's audience, obviously Tyler One, Doublelift, those kind of guys, they people who are familiar with League of Legends to that level are familiar with the LCS to some extent as well, but showing them how cool, interesting, how good some of these professional players are, having Bjergsen go out style on the competition a little bit, add some hype to it. That would have been an absolute home run, getting that in front of MrBeast, Ninja's audience, all that stuff. And I do think Riot is missing a big opportunity there. And I know Travis Gaver talked about this a little bit and stuff, and it's like, you know, you compare it to traditional sports. It's not like the NFL has their players, you know, going and doing celebrity pickup games during the season or really ever at all or anything like that. Like, yeah, sometimes they do some of that stuff for charity or for, you know, just to like show out in their community or whatever. But yeah, professional sport leagues, they run their own thing. They have a tight ship, you know, their players are their own. And that makes sense once you get to a certain level, once you are to the top. And if you look at, like Doublelift says, you know, viewership's going down, it's dying, all that. I don't think it's necessarily that extreme. Viewership's definitely dropping off, but we don't know yet if this is just a steady decline into the ground or if it's just the natural ups and downs of things and, hey, everything goes through cycles. We don't know yet. So I'm not saying it's dying. Yes, viewership has dropped a little bit over the past couple of years, but I'm not necessarily in agreement with Doublelift 100% there. I get what he's saying. But yes, clearly Riot is not like booming. You know, the LCS isn't like, hey, viewership's exploding, we don't need anything else. You should absolutely be taking these opportunities. And not even for teams like Team Liquid and Bjergsen, you know, teams that are already super popular, players that are already super popular, whatever. Like, if I'm a player or a team like Immortals or Dignitas or whatever, and if I can get my players up to something like this where we can actually build a brand, we can actually show people that we're interesting, we can actually do some of these things. You know, it's like the problem of why we don't have guys like Doublelift and Sneaky and stuff in the LCS right now, because these mid to lower tier teams, they don't pay well. You're not going to grow your brand. You know, no one's going to care about you. You're going to lose a bunch of games. Like there's nothing that's helping these smaller and mid-tier teams grow. And then even the LCS overall, like, yes, Riot should be allowing and even encouraging stuff like this to happen at some point. I get why you'd want to block your players off. I get wanting to protect your players and keep everything in-house and keep everything under lock and key. But this would have been a big free opportunity. Again, MrBeast, Prime, Ninja, they're setting this whole thing up. I know Travis Gafford talked about this as well. They're paying for it. All you got to do is check a box and say, yeah, Bjergsen, you can go do that. That's free advertising, free viewers. The stream ended up getting close to 100,000 viewers. And again, if MrBeast continues to do stuff in the League of Legends esports scene, it's only going to grow from there. And I think it's just really, really disappointing that Riot chose to do this. I do think overall it's a poor decision. Like I said, I get a world where you could maybe do it. I think it makes sense at some circumstances. If you are the top dog, if you are the boss, and if you're in a position where you can do power moves like that of not letting your players do other stuff because you know, that's your thing. But that's not where the LCS is right now. The LCS needs to be taking every possible opportunity to grow, especially with a guy like MrBeast, who has insane reach over all social media platforms and has a much younger audience, you know, presumably than the LCS overall. That's a group of people. That's a generation that Riot needs to tap into for the LCS if we want this thing to be around for 5, 10, 20 more years. Overall, I just think this was a really, really big missed opportunity. It seems like a ton of people are dropping hot takes about it. Also, it kind of seems like Bjergsen would have been interested. You know, if it got blocked, then maybe Bjergsen and Team Liquid were actually trying to do this. But yeah, overall, I'm not surprised that the Riot and LCS made the decision. This has been what they've always done, but I am saying that they should maybe look into that, maybe rethink it. Again, I get not having third-party tournaments. I get you can't have ESL or IEM or whatever directly competing with your competitive League of Legends esports or whatever, but this was a charity show match with huge influencers. I think this is totally different, and I think you can absolutely separate those two. I think Riot should have let this happen, and going forward in the future, I hope there is more stuff like this done, because if Riot isn't doing a lot of the things content-wise and social media and growing the esport-wise, and you're not going to let other people help you with that either, then what the heck are we doing here? And it would have just been funny and cool to see Bjergsen at this thing. And it would be cool to see more show matches like this with the players in the future, getting them in front of more eyeballs in advertising and trying to grow rather than, just needing League of Legends to grow and then the esport getting trickled down audience members from there. Because clearly that's not working right now. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. You think Riot made the right call, bad call? Were you shocked, surprised, not surprised? I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out the Discord. First link in the description below. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.